Hey everyone, welcome back. So sorry, cleared my throat a little because I am just still getting over my cold just a bit, but this is an empties video. This bag here is full of empties. I'm going to try and get through as much as I can of that. It's been a while since the last one I recorded, so there may be stuff I don't remember really well that I might have melted earlier on. And if I don't remember, I'll just skip through it. But I do want to show you candle empties. I have 4 candles that I finished. I am doing a lot more melting candle, or burning candles, I should say. So I will share those with you. This first one here is Tiffany Candles. It's one of her woodwick candles. You can see the woodwick in there. It did burn all the way down to the metal part of the woodwick, but you can see that that does leave some wax. I think that's just kind of, that happens to be the shape of this particular candle. And this was in Fruitopia. Oops, that's upside down. Fruitopia, which, oh gosh, I'm not going to remember the blend. It's a blend of fruity scents from her, but I cannot remember what it is, but it is yummy and fruity, and I think there's like strawberry, maybe mango, papaya. I can't remember what else, but it's a yummy scent. And this did well. The woodwick, so I don't know if I'll get woodwicks from her again. It performs well, but it takes a while for, like, it doesn't seem to get as hot, so it does take a while to get through the wax. And then the throw is like just okay. Like, I put this, because it is a smaller candle, I think it's what, like a 6 or an 8 ounce candle. I did put it in my bathroom, and it did actually do really well, maybe like the first like 2/3 of the way of the candle, and then kind of near the end I wasn't really smelling the fragrance anymore. But I do have another like 4 of these candles. Or no, 5, because there's one in my bathroom right now too. So I do have another 5 of these, so I will continue to burn through them. Okay, I finished a Marshmallow Fireside from Bath & Body Works. Now, someone told me how to tell what year this is from. I think this is at least a couple years old. I'm gonna have to go back and see that. Someone told me there's a way to tell with this number, and I don't remember what it is now. That mean 2011? That can't be right. Let me see. I don't know. That A1 means something, they said, I think. But anyhow, Marshmallow Fireside, I absolutely love the scent from them. This actually burned pretty well. You can see there's not really any soot. And I got a nice even wax pull every time. It did melt down to the metal. I don't know if you can see that. The metal of the little, of the wicks, like right there. You can kind of see the metal a little bit. Great throw on this. Oh, so good. And I can still smell it in here. So this one actually had a really, really good throw. I do have a couple more candles. I think 1 or 2 more of these from later years. I'm hoping that they perform just as well. You can see, for whatever reason, there's a lot of residue. I don't know why it had all that residue, but otherwise I thought it performed well for me. This is Winter Candy Apple, which is, you know, a Bath & Body Works staple. Just a yummy candy apple, but it has like, let's see if it says right here. It has kind of like it's the musk, you know, with that, the spiced orange zest and that musk kind of gives it like a unique note. But this is older as well, from whatever year it was that I got it from. But I did like this one. I thought it performed well. And the last candle here is one from Goose Creek. I finished one of these big monster ones. This is in French Autumn, which I absolutely love the scent. Now, and this was an amazing burn. This, I know that looks gross. I had this candle laying like this for the last like week, just in a pile. And this is just like the oils that were like ran down, because you can see there's still wax at the bottom, and it is actually pretty oily. But this got down. Yeah, see, that's all oils in there, and it looks like it's oils and maybe a little bit of residue from the wax or something. But this is an amazing scent. It just smells like a fresh kind of outdoorsy scent, but with like sweet berries. It's really nice. I love this. So I do have some wax melts in this scent. Now, Goose Creek Candles, my biggest issue I have with their candles, because I have some others that I've started burning as well, is that the wicks, like, get the puny wicks with the little tiny flames, and they never completely drown themselves out, but I feel like when the wicks are that small, you don't get any throw. Even though I still get an even wax pool and everything, but for some time in the middle of this, I had to keep getting like paper towels or whatever and kind of soaking up some of the wax so that the flames would get higher again and I would get a better throw. And then it seemed like near the end, the wicks kind of were doing okay. And I have this in the room I'm in now. This is where I was burning it. And it would do a good job filling up this room. So it was good. I don't know that I will buy a lot of their candles in the future. This is the first one I got all the way through. But I'm going to keep burning because I do have several of this size and just kind of average out like how do they, perform overall. And so, sorry, I have coffee too that I'm drinking. So let me get into my wax. Okay, I finished a strawberry cheesecake from BZ. I really do like this strawberry cheesecake sent from him. I do wish it had a little bit more strawberry. It tends to be heavier on the cheesecake, but I do love his strawberry. That's really good, and I get good performance from his wax. I finished a 6-pack of scallops from Halley's Heavenly Scents in French lavender and honey with whipped peaches and cream. I absolutely love this scent. Love it, love it, love it. It's such a great blend. It was inspired by a scent from Vintage Chic Scents that I couldn't get my hands on, so I actually blended it with Halley's. I love it. This is an amazing nighttime blend, so I finished that. I have finished a lot of wax. This is Candles by Victoria, a Scent Shot in Snowdrift Berries. This is really old. I got this in her, I've only ordered one time from her, and it was her Super Bowl Sunday sale that she did in 2014. So this is like just a few months shy of 3 years old. It actually performed well, but I think it's like a peppermint and berry scent, and I think I was getting more of the mint than anything, and I think sometimes I've been noticing that with the older wax, the balance of the fragrance oils is sometimes not the same as it is when you first got it. I finished this little sample from Ava's and Farmhouse Cider. And some of this I melted while I was sick. So this was pretty good, but I was pretty stuffy. And so I don't know that I remember exactly how it performed, but it is just kind of a nice like apple cidery type scent. I finished a 4-pack from Rainbow Melts in Tinsel. I love the scent Tinsel. It's basically berries with peppermint and vanilla. This scent is carried by many, many vendors. And you can tell this is older, but this actually performed well still. So I was happy with that. I melted the sample from Candles from the Keeping Room in Gin and Tonic. This was actually a sample I got in my last order from her. I love this scent. This is kind of like a nice, fresh, effervescent type scent, but not overly effervescent-y. It was just like kind of lemon lime effervescent. It was actually really good. Did not remind me of a gin and tonic. At least the gin I've had does not smell like that, but it smelled good. From Ava's, I finished this little 2-pack in Ligan Berry Wreath. I really love this scent. It's such like a nice, and it's carried by other vendors too, but it's such a nice kind of fall or Christmas scent with like that nice fresh tree mixed with kind of some tart berries. It's really good. I also finished from Candles from the Keeping Room this 4-pack in Tinsel. I was loving like minty scents. Tinsel is one of those that I think I was trying to melt a lot of because I was just craving some peppermint scents for a while there. So that performed well. This is over 2 years old and it still did really well. I have the sample. It was a little corn on the cob from Candles from the Keeping Room and Nutmeg Dough Bites. This was just from a purchase this summer from her, so not real old. The throw wasn't it threw well, but it wasn't a real strong scent. But it was just like nutmeg with this basically like a sugar cookie dough type scent. I really, really loved it, but it was kind of light, but it was also when I was sick, so that could have been part of the reason. I finished this 2-pack from Rainbow Melts and Deck the Halls, which you can see is rich fir notes, orange peel, garlands of cranberry, dried lemon slices, golden spun sugar, and a touch of vanilla. This was a really amazing scent. It's like a Christmas tree scent with tart berries and a little bit of sweetness. And it was so, so good. And even though it is almost 2 years old, it actually performed really well. From Vintage Chic Scents, I finished this poinsettia, however you pronounce it, in Edelweiss which I don't know the scent description, but this was kind of just a soft, creamy bakery scent with like a little bit of spices. That's what I smelled. If there's anything else in it, I didn't pick it up. I did chop this thing up into 4 different pieces and spread it around my whole place in 4 different warmers, because when I was sniffing it on cold, I could tell it was a pretty light scent. So I wanted to kind of put in all my warmers and really try and fill up my whole place. It did throw. I would say it was probably like a medium, on the lighter end of medium from a throw perspective, because I could smell it throughout most of my place, but there were little areas where like, oh, I couldn't smell it when I was in certain parts of the house or whatever, right? But it's a lighter scent, and I don't think it's due to age, because I would say generally VCS lasts a long time, and when you get older wax, it tends to perform better. But overall, it's just a lighter scent for me. I finished this 3-pack in the volcano bowl. Oh, the tiki volcano bowl. I don't remember the scent description of this, but I only melted, the last piece I had was just one that I melted recently. The other 2 I had melted a while back, and I mostly got kind of like a fruity coconut type scent. This is another one that I feel like there was more tropical notes to it besides coconut when this was like newer, and I feel like it's kind of dwindled down to just kind of like mostly coconut. And you can see this is like 2.5 years old. So, but it was good, but I don't think it was really its true scent from the beginning, if that makes any sense. Okay, so a couple old pieces here. I had just a little tiny chunk left in this Piped Heart from Rose Girls. You can see this is from February of 2014, and I mixed that with this little grubby tart in Vanilla Bee Noel from Stiff My Tarts to do kind of a lavender Noel scent. And it was okay. It was pretty light. Both of these are pretty old, so I just wasn't getting a ton of fragrance from them, but I smelled it enough to enjoy it. It was in my room. This is a leaf in the Great Pumpkin Waffle Cone. The Great Pumpkin is just like, I think it's, I don't remember the exact notes, but it's like a creamy, bakery, slightly spicy pumpkin mixed with waffle cone. I chopped this up and melted it, I think probably in 3 different warmers, and it's a great scent. The Great Pumpkin is a great scent from Kirby, and it's not overly spicy, but you get a little bit of that pumpkin spice in there, and it's nice and creamy and bakery, and then just mixed with that waffle cone, just, you know, the waffle cone just kind of probably adds a little bit more bakery to it, but it was good. Life is But a Dream. This was a big rose in Life is But a Dream from VCS, and I know it's lavender, but I don't remember what else is in it, so I apologize for that. I probably should have wrote down some scent notes on some of these. I kind of did a poor job. I know it's one of her lavender blends. I do really like it. And it's definitely, I would buy any of Kirby's lavender blends. I absolutely love them all. From Make Sense, which this vendor is no longer in business. I don't know if she will ever open again. The reason she stopped making wax, she said, was just she's in Canada, and she said the exchange rate was making it too difficult for her to buy all her materials and supplies, because she would buy them from the US. But this is caramel latte sugar cookies. I had a couple little pieces left, and I melted this. I really enjoyed it. It is older. I don't have a date on it, but it's at least 2 years old. But it had like a nice kind of bakery scent, almost with like a hint of a chocolate in there. I don't know. It was just really, really good. I really did enjoy this. It's too bad she is closed, because that's the first lot. Like, I don't care for Latte from a lot of vendors, and I really, really like that one. From Sniff My Tarts, I finished this chunk bag in, I think this is probably from this is probably the first time I ever ordered from them. Spectacular Vanilla Serendipity Marshmallow Smoothie. So this was just like a really creamy, sweet serendipity scent. And this is definitely older, but I find that my old Sniff My Tarts does way better than the stuff I got in the last 2 orders from them. I haven't ordered from them in a long time because I feel like the last couple orders just don't perform well. Their wax, even when I first get it, it doesn't have a lot of scent, and when I let it cure for a while, I just feel like I don't get any good performance out of their wax, which is really unfortunate, because the very first order I placed with them, which I believe that's when I received it, is fantastic and still does really, really well. But the last 2 orders are crap, unfortunately. I melted this sample from Candles from the Keeping Room and Strawberry Preserve. This is like a really, really sweet strawberry. I like it, but I prefer her fresh picked strawberry. I melted the Warrens from VCS. I think this was a leaf. And this is a Cider Lane blend. I don't remember what else is in it, but you basically get the Cider Lane, which is a Bath & Body Works dupe. One of my favorites. You see my candle back there. Really good. It performed well. This is Christmas Wish from Make Sense, and it was Christmas Wish, I believe, is a Yankee dupe, which is a blend of like pine and sugar cookie and like some yummy sweetness, probably like a sweet vanilla or something like that, and sugar. Really good. This was kind of light. I think this one was getting a little older, and you can tell these bags, I had to rebag everything because the bags they came in, her oils were seeping out and kind of ruining the labels. So I did rebag stuff, but I think her wax is starting to get on the older side and just not all of it's doing as well. So I could smell it, but it wasn't as strong as I remember her wax being. From Glitterati, I finished a bag of Ice Capades, which is a minty menthol vanilla type scent. I think I had one whole chunk and then a small piece of another that I chopped the whole thing up, threw it in all my warmers when I was really, really sick, because I was very stuffy and I wanted something to kind of help open up my sinuses, and it did help. So nice, strong, kind of minty, fresh scent. So that's a good scent. Let's see. And you can tell I've been melting through a lot of old wax. So from Front Porch, I have this little Grubby and Family Christmas. This is old. It's from December 2013. Almost 3 years old. It was very, very light on cold. I melted it at work, and normally I would never melt a whole Grubby of wax from Front Porch at work because it would be way too strong. But I knew as old as this was, and it smelled pretty light on cold, that I knew it was going to be really strong. So I went ahead and threw the whole thing in the warmer at my office, and it performed perfectly for the space because it's a nice kind of sweet, creamy, bakery Christmas tree scent. I don't know what the notes are, but it was really good. I actually still have it in my warmer at work, and I'll probably turn it back on again when I get back there on Monday. But it actually is a really great scent that if I ever decide to place an order with Front Porch again, I would definitely seek out that scent because I really do like it. See, I have a couple of oh no, that's a no. Okay, let's see. Okay, sorry. Never mind what I just said. From Dessa's, I melted the sugared melons. It's like watermelon, cantaloupe, and honeydew mixed with like sugar or cotton candy or something. It's so good. Just a great sugary sweet melon blend. Now this, I melted this 2 times. I cut the scent shot in half and melted it 2 separate times in the Mainstays hot plate warmer that I got from Walmart, which I believe is a 24-watt hot plate and gets pretty hot. And it threw really, really well. It was fantastic throw for about 3 hours, and then it fizzled out to almost nothing. So I don't know if that particular warmer just burns off the oil in this a lot faster or what. So I am going to definitely melt more of her scents and see how it does. But even if in other warmers the oils burn off really fast, I'm okay if I still get that nice strong throw for at least a few hours, because I get bored of scents pretty quick anyways. So if it like fizzles out after a few hours, I'll still buy from her. I finished this 4-pack from Candles from the Keeping Room and Miss Possum's Treats. This was like I remember it was a sweet, yummy scent, but I finished this a while back, so I don't remember a lot about it, but I do remember I liked it. I finished a bag of Blueberry Pumpkin Patch. I love Blueberry Pumpkin Patch. It's a dupe of a Candles from the It's a dupe of Bath & Body Works scent, which Bath & Body Works hasn't brought that scent back out in the last few years. So I really do like the scent, and I think I have another bag of this from Carol. From Glitterati, I melted this chunk in papaya, mango, and strawberry. But I melted it a while ago. I do remember I liked it. A yummy, fruity blend, and Glitterati always performs really well for me, so. I melted this a chunk from Glitterati and fresh pear and whipped cream. I didn't care for this blend. I liked it on cold, but when I melted it, that whipped cream took on a really like heavy bakery type scent, and I did not care for it mixed with the fresh pear. So, you know, I thought I would have liked it from cold, but I still melted it and finished it off. I wouldn't reorder it. Tree lighting from Tiffany Candles. I feel like this is kind of like an outdoorsy tree, kind of Christmas tree type scent, but I don't remember much about it. Sensationals Pumpkin Marshmallow Cream. I love this scent. Absolutely love it. I have a few more clamshells of it. It's just a very, very creamy, sweet, delicious marshmallow scent with a little bit of a pumpkin spice. From Super Tarts, I finished a clamshell and Stay Puffed. This is her marshmallow, strawberry, rock candies, and blueberry. I love this scent. Just a yummy, fruity, sweet scent. I really do love it. I think, I don't know, it's a good one. That's one of my favorites from her. I finished a clamshell in the Mist, and this is a fresh scent. I don't know all the specific notes in it, but it definitely is kind of like an outdoorsy, fresh, but I feel like there's like mintiness in this or something. This is obviously older. Well, one, I have the date, but it doesn't have the scent description on it or the scent notes, so I don't remember exactly what's in it. I like it. I don't love it. I'm not sure if I'd get it again. I feel like I need a little bit something sweet like mixed in with it or something. Oh, I have a couple things here I'm tossing because they're not good anymore. This is a Tiffany Candle Scoopable, and this is, it says 12/16, but this is from December 16th of 2013. When I first got into buying wax, I was just putting the month and the day, not the year. This smells rancid now. It just got really sour and it's really discolored, and her scoopables do last a long time, but I think this one just got too old. It's almost 3 years old, so I'm getting rid of that. And then also, this is sad, I didn't even melt any of this. This is Lemon Mint Leaf from Halley's Heavenly Scents. It's from April 2015. Yes, it's over a year old, but that's not that old compared to other stuff I have from her and other vendors. This smells like rancid cooking oil. That's all I smell in this now. It does not, yeah, ugh. It stinks so bad. And I was like going through wax trying to pull some stuff out, either to get rid of some, to give to family, and this is a scent I really love, but when there's nothing of that lemon mint leaf left. Like, the oil completely went rancid. It's disgusting. It's the only one from her that's done that, so I don't know why that one did that. From Sugar and Spice, I melted one of the scent shots from my recent order from her that's in caramelized pralines, cotton candy frosting, and strawberry. And this is good. I didn't really give it time to cure, so I do think with curing, I think I'm going to like it a little bit more, because I think the scents weren't quite as blended together as well as I would have liked. But I did really enjoy it. It was kind of just like a different blend. It's like fruity and sweet with that like caramelized praline scent. It's kind of different. I liked it. I have a couple more in that. From Halley's Heavenly Scents, I finished this bag of mango lime smoothie, and there's no date on this, but I know this is an older one too. It's a great scent from her. I love the scent. I love the mango and the lime together. So that's definitely one I would repurchase down the road. From Candles from the Keeping Room, I melted the cinnamon cider, but I don't remember it, so I'm not going to talk about it. Let's see. Oh, I do have some more stuff in here. I was like, okay, let's see. From Sassy Girl Aroma, I finished this little 4-pack in Fairy Dust and Twinkle Toes. This is like a grapefruit type scent, kind of a grapefruit and sugar type scent, and it's good. This has definitely gotten old. I don't have a date on it, but I know this is over 2 years old, and I do like grapefruit scents. That's pretty much all that one is. From Glitterati, Serendipity Buttercream. This was really good. I really do love Serendipity scents. I think I need to get more in my stash, but I also don't want to order more wax right now. But I really did enjoy this scent. And when my name comes up on customs, that is something I would purchase in my customs. Oh, okay. From Sniff My Tarts, Pink Fairy Dust. I don't remember what the fairy dust is, but this performs so well. This was like a 6-pack of scallops from Sniff My Tarts. You can see again from my very first order, so it's super old. But I had one little scallop tart left, and I melted this, I think, in my bathroom, and it was such a great pink sugar scent. They have a fabulous pink sugar. If only they're waxed through still for me. I'm so sad that it just doesn't do well for me anymore, and I don't understand why. From Front Porch, I had a couple grubbies in sugared spruce. I melted these in my apartment, but I feel like they pretty much had no throw. I don't know. They're not that old. They're just from 2015. They're about a year old, but I didn't really have anything left. They didn't have any scent left. From Lake Providence Lodge, I melted this hot bath. And this is a pretty scent. It reminds me of something, but I can't place it. But it just has this beautiful kind of floral, feminine type scent. I really, really do like it. From Goose Creek, I finished these wax melts in Winter Splendor. Yeah, this is like a good kind of woodsy outdoor scent with some like cinnamon. It's nice, kind of very Christmassy. So I like that one. I like their wax melts a lot. They perform well for me. From Sassy Girl Aroma, I finished this bag in Pink Sugar Ocean Breeze. This is one of my favorite scents from her. I love those two scents mixed together. Just like a nice, fresh, clean air, but with some sweetness from that pink sugar. It's a great scent. I think I have a loaf in that scent still. And then just a few more things here. From Vintage Chic Scents, I finished a clamshell in Queen Mary. Oh, I cannot remember the notes of this right now. I know it's like salty sea air and something, but I love the scent from Vintage Chic Scents. So I finished this clamshell. I think I may have one more clamshell in this and maybe a couple other shapes, but I love that scent. Such a great fresh scent. From Tiffany Candles, I melted this little sample in Hocus Pocus, which is a caramel apple candy corn scent. I think I love this scent. I need to get some of this from Tiffany in like a scoopable or something because I absolutely love it. And then from Beezy's, this is the last one. I melted this scent shot in Pineapple Orchid. I remember enjoying it. It's like a nice floral pineapple. Yeah, it's really good. It's a Bath & Body Works dupe, but it's a great scent. So I enjoyed it and performed well. So that's it, guys. That is all my empties or stuff that I'm getting rid of. If you have any questions or comments, definitely post those below. Thank you so much for watching. I will talk to you soon. Bye.